Have you been caught in the overthinking process, maybe for a bit too long, and it's really not feeling so good? Well, totally been there. And today I want to talk about leading with the heart over the mind in more detail. And if you stay until the very end, I've got an extra point for you then as well. As always, if you want to connect me further, you can find my social media links in the show notes below as well. I had this realization the other day. I shared a little bit on my other podcast, but I'm going to talk more about the heart today with my coach the other day. And I started crying after the session. I got very emotional because I realized I hadn't been doing enough of the thing that I absolutely love in my heart. And my whole body just feels excitement when I do it. And that's writing, particularly writing books. I've written loads and I just really enjoyed it. It wasn't for the money because I didn't really make much money out of it. It was just, I would just do it all the time if I could. And he was like, why don't you? And I was like, well, I don't, my mind's telling me it's not a good idea. And he went, aha, see, catch myself, right? This is why we all need coaches, I believe. It's why we all need to all develop ourselves, and no man or woman or any gender you identify as can be alone, because we support systems are what really build us, like my coach here, for example. And when I had this realization, I was like, wow, I love this. And my heart felt it fully. My mind was going before, like, this isn't the best thing for a business. And I'm like, yeah, but I love it. Like, and there's other ways I make money, right? But doing what I love is really important. And sometimes so much nonsense the mind comes up with because it's just trying to keep us safe, right? And that's the problem with letting it lead. I want to reiterate what I said the other day. The mind is a great servant. It's a lousy leader. The mind is a great servant. It's a lousy leader. And I can't remember who quoted that. The mind's there to lead, like, steps for you to take. Yet it is not the best thing at deciding your life direction, your life purpose. It's just there as a navigation system. So listen to your heart. What does it really tell you to do, right? And how does it help you by just being caught in this overthinking, analytical mode and never really listening to what you truly want? Well, I'm going to guide you now into what has worked for me and really getting me into the heart more and more over the years. The first one, connect to your heart every single day. I meditate every single day. I make sure I put in time for meditation every single day. I will sit with myself in silence and I will meditate, and I make an intention to connect to my heart even more, because it can be a really powerful practice, right? The more you can practice connecting to your heart, the more the heart's going to lead. The more you tell it's the leader, it's training. Like, everything is training. It's just we don't always train the right thing. We train ourselves how to eat bad, listen to rubbish and all these things, because that's just how we've been conditioned. That's just like our day to day. Yet if you can condition yourself to really listen to the heart on a single day, even if it's 5 minutes a day, just like sit there and listen to your heart. You may at first go, the mind's probably going to come in at first and go, this is stupid and a waste of time. We need to do something quick. We're in danger, right? Because that's what it does, right? Give it time. Give yourself a couple of weeks, 5 minutes a day minimum, just sitting there and connecting to the heart. The second one, make plans from the insights you're getting from that. Don't overplan, right? Don't need to plan like how you're going to, there's people who talk about 5-10 year goals. I'm not a massive fan of that, but that's not the main point here. But if you're trying to plan every step you're going to make to get in your next 5-10 year goals, then that's just going to cause analysis. When one thing goes wrong, which will probably happen within about 5 minutes, if you're trying to make a plan, then you're going to be like, I've lost control, right? And there's no control. Make plans, have a direction in the way you're going to go, even if it's just the next steps. That's always a great place, just to make the next step, right? Have an outcome from where your heart's driving you to go, but don't overplan. The third thing I want to reiterate, just get a coach or mentor. That's going to be a really powerful one. Get a coach or mentor who is very there's different types. Like, there's a business coach who might be more of a mentor who tell you what to do, and that's going to be very logic. But if you're looking really to connect with your heart, I would suggest getting like a life coach or a purpose coach or someone like that who's really going to allow you to connect. My coach Nick, he's awesome. He helps with all sorts of things like developing healthy masculinity and defining that for me. He helps me with like leadership qualities. He helps me with things like really getting aligned to my purpose, like we did the other day. And he's not about like, this is the best thing to do, this is the best business right now. Like, he like lives loving life, and he guides me to get into my best place as possible. And that's really helpful because you can't always see what's going on in your own patterns, and someone can help you identify that. So that's another way to get more into the heart. Now, I've got a final point I want to share. I want to mention again, though, that if you want to connect with me further on social media, you can find my links in the show notes below. The final thing to get more into the heart is just getting more into the body, because the mind, like the thinking can get exhausting, right? And a couple of practices I would suggest would be, the classic exercise is really good. And then journaling after these ones, because it really gets your body moving. Breath work is probably my favorite one. Breath work is really powerful. Like yoga's good. I must admit I haven't done that for a while, but I find that's quite refreshing, quite good, getting back into the body, and that'll get you closer to the heart than just the analytical mind. And breath work's really powerful, and journaling after any of these, really, really powerful stuff. So that's what I've got for you today. I appreciate you for being here, and remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.